Okay, hello. New filming location. Also, it's nighttime. Can you see anything? I don't know. Most of this can be screen recording, so it doesn't matter. Skeiny Legend Podcast. It's me, Anna, and we're doing a year in socks. It's been basically almost exactly a year since I started like hardcore knitting socks, and so I wanted to do a socks in review, a year in socks, a year of review in socks, blah 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 blah. But then I saw Emma from Midsummer's Knit's Dream. She did a tier ranking of everything she knit this year, and I was like, that's a good idea, because maybe me sitting here and just rambling about socks would be super boring, but instead I'm gonna do the same thing except tier rank at the same time. So my laptop's down here, and my notebook is over here, and let's talk about some socks and my thoughts on them. So quick rundown of the categories. Top tier is obviously S tier, like I wasn't gonna fuck with that. Top tier is S tier, number one. Second tier for me is literally perfect, except, so like I love the socks except for there's like a small thing that's wrong with them, and that bothers me. Then I have like whatever, these are fine. Then I have laundry day socks, so you know, socks that I'll wear if I'm desperate, but I don't actually like them. And then like dead to me socks. I'm not actually sure if I have any dead to me socks, but maybe I'll keep this going in the future, and so I wanted to have a like totally craptastic, terrible sock, dead to me sock tier. And we're just gonna go in chronological order. Some of my photos are terrible, but I wasn't like Instagramming for this entire amount of time, so I just had to like grab some quick photos of them when I had a chance. But okay, my first set of socks are these. Okay, I don't actually know how to do this. Maybe I should have practiced. But okay, the first set of socks I did, I'm pretty sure are a Hermione's Everyday Sock, which is a free pattern on Ravelry, and it's like a good first sock pattern to start with. And the picture of these ones are the ones I knit for my boyfriend, but I have a matching pair, and they're knit in this like rando bargain basement yarn that I found. It's a sock yarn of some sort, but it's like a bad sock yarn. And for me, these are gonna go into whatever territory. Like my boyfriend loves his pair, but like my pair, they're fine. Like I wear them, but I'm not like out here like lifting up my pants to show people when I'm wearing these particular socks. So tier, meh tier. I'm gonna call it meh tier. I made this a tier that I couldn't really vocalize, so that's kind of stupid, but like whatever. Okay, next pair of socks is just like a super chill 3x1 rib self-striping sock yarn from Earth Yarns. And these I'll put into literally perfect except. So these are literally perfect, I would say. I love the yarn. It's held up really well, like no pilling. But these were I knit them toe up, and I cast off with a tubular cast off, but it's like a little tight. But the like major issue is that because I did them toe up, one of the first sock I knit is like a little bit too long. I fixed it for the second sock, but it means that like, yeah, one of them kind of slides down when I'm walking, and like the top ends in yellow and the other one it ends in green because I knit the foot at a different length. So that was kind of stupid, but otherwise they are literally perfect. So they're perfect except that one like small issue, which is fine. Okay, the next pair of socks, okay, I have to look at my notes because I've knit so many socks that I don't remember all of them this year. But okay, the next ones are called Petty Harbour, and they're by Rayna Curtis. I think this is another free pattern on Ravelry, and they were knit in Riverside Studio like super wash sock in the color Wasabi. And honestly, I'm gonna throw these bad boys in S tier. These ones I knit for my boyfriend. He loves them. He wears them all the time. maybe I should demote them down to literally perfect accept. They're a little short for him, but actually they were good for me because that was less for me to knit. Knitting socks for guys sucks. They have huge feet, at least compared to mine, and then at least my boyfriend likes a longer sock, and it's just like a lot more knitting. And I'm like, if this was a sock I was knitting for myself, it would have been done by now, but I'm still like only halfway through the leg. So for me, I'm happy that they're short. For him, he's less happy, but this yarn has held up very well. It was like a splurge purchase that I got for some reason, I don't know, but yeah, S tier, beautiful. Next are these socks. They're Winter's Frost by This Handmade Life, and I'll put these are in a literally perfect accept as well. Like, I quite like these socks. They're good. They're like a teeny tiny bit snug, and I knit these in another bargain basement yarn, which I think was a Yawal, but I'm not sure, and like, I don't love it. I love the colors, but it pills a little bit, and I don't love that. And I think they're just a tiny bit too small. I swear they like slip down my heel a bit. These I'm pretty sure I did do in this is when I'm in my Fish Lips Kiss heel sock era, when I was like a diehard Fish Lips Kiss heel sock girl, like a short row heel, and like I've matured and I don't like them anymore. Like, I just don't think they fit that great, especially on me. I have a pretty high arch, so otherwise I do quite like these socks though, and I like the color, so we'll put them in literally perfect accept. Okay, next we have another certified S tier, and that is the Radish socks. These were my first sock pattern by Charlotte from Stone Knits. She's the one who knit the Charming Colorwork sock book. Knit it? Well, I guess she knit it. She also wrote it. And like, this like hardcore started my love for colorwork socks. Like, these were so cute. I like saved on Ravelry like a ton of her patterns, and then it just so happened that when I was ready to knit one, that she had just released these, and so the pattern was on sale. So I was like, these are the ones. I like went out and bought all the colors basically for these, except for the green's actually the leftover from those Petty Harbour socks. And this pair I actually did for my boyfriend, but we'll go into the second one, which was my variation, which was I changed the radishes into carrots. And sadly, I'm gonna have to put these into Ant tier. The carrot one specifically. I knit myself one radish one, and that one is class. But the carrot one, there was nothing wrong with how I like changed the carrot pattern, but just the actual sock, I did a bad job. I made it the exact same size as my first radish sock, and it's huge. So I think my just tension and color work has like really relaxed, and so the leg like does not stay on well. And then I knit the foot like too short, I think. Anyway, it just doesn't fit, and like it slides down all the time, and I'm not happy about that. So for me, that's not about it. It's a meh. Okay, next we're clearly on Charlotte from Stone Knits roll here, and the next are the Magic Toadstool socks. Now these like became my personality. They're S tier, obviously. Like, I love mushrooms. I love foraging for mushrooms. These basically inspired my mushroom beret. I like to wear them when I go mushrooming. 10 out of 10, perfect socks. Like, nothing more to say. They're just great. I couldn't tell you any of the yarns that these ones were knit out of. They're all just like randomly from my stash. Like, once I got into knitting socks, I just started like buying sock wool when I saw it on sale, or like for a good price and a color I liked. So we're getting to a point where like I don't really know what the majority of the stuff is unless I bought it specifically for a project. I don't know what it is. So love these. Next, I'll put these into like meh. I don't know. These were a gift from my mom Like, I thought I invented it. Did I write down the name? Oh yeah, I did. So like, I thought I invented this stitch pattern, but this was before I got the 52 weeks of sock book, and then I got the 52 weeks of sock book, and this is actually basically a pattern that's in it called Dear Bjorn. Maybe I saw a photo of it and then like subconsciously thought that I invented it, but it's basically just a slip stitch and like kind of a candy cane swirl. I knit these for my mom for Mother's Day. They're cute, but I don't know, they're a little short. Like whatever yarn I had, it was like a shuffle. Don't quote me on that, but I didn't have really enough, so I had to knit them pretty short, and then I had to do one with a different like contrast toe and heel. But my mom likes them, so like that's good, but me, I'm not a fan, unfortunately, but the color is super cute. I like that. Okay, next we're going into my like summerly knits phase. So these are S tier for sure, and these are the little box and little dot socks. Like these are chef's kiss, like amazing for using up like kind of like half skeins, quarter skeins of sock wool. Like a super easy to memorize pattern, but like interesting enough that it keeps me going. I wear these two all the time. They mix and match so well. And then like this follows up into my next one, which is the little Imber sock. And I'm gonna put these into Literally Perfect because I've lost it. So they were perfect, but I no longer seem to own it. I also has like I made a semi-matching little box sock to go with it, and I've lost that one too. I've lost the pair. Like, I've been moving around a bunch recently, and I don't know if it got left somewhere. I'm hoping it's like at Eric's parents' house so I can get them back, but they're gone. I haven't seen them in like a couple months. That's pretty upsetting. But it's basically like a mini houndstooth sock, super cute. And like I also knit this, like I held the yellow all the way through and then just like cycled through scraps to do the colors, which was some was more successful than others, like with the contrast between the yellow and then the scrap yarn. Like some of it, yeah, worked out better than others, but in general I really liked how the sock turned out, and I'm like pretty gutted that I've seemed to have lost it. I've also lost one of my rainbow socks, like one of these bad boys. Don't know where they are. Yeah, that's an issue because like these are handmade socks that I spent a lot of time knitting, and the fact that I've lost them is like pretty upsetting. So it'll be perfect except for their loss. Okay, the next ones that I knit are these Happy Face and Yin Yang socks that are also gonna go into Literally Perfect. I adore these socks. Like, so Spectacle Strick on Instagram has a mood sweater that has this like happy face, sad, like upside down happy face motif, and so I took the pattern from that and I translated it onto socks, and I think they're super cool. Like, they're very eye-catching. And the blue one, they have like a yin yang alternative that I also put onto the socks, and I was like so stoked to knit these. Like, they were turning out great, and I finished them and they were too small, so I gave them to my sister. That's all good. But I just think I love them. It's like such an eye-catching pattern. The hot pink is sick. I think that's an opal hot pink. And yeah, they're sick. And so then I was like pretty sad that I had to give them to my sister because they don't fit me. So I actually just recently knit myself one. I still need another one, but I've done this Happy Face sock. I'm putting it in S tier because I'm just excited that I finally have a pair for myself. I did the same stitch count on the same size needles, but these ones fit me. Like I said before, I think I've just over time become like a looser color work sock knitter. So thank God these ones fit me. I actually messed up the pattern on these ones a bunch, and I talked about it more in my last podcast. But whatever, they're still S tier. It's only the one, but I'm sure the second one will be S tier too. And yeah, they're sick. If you want to know how to knit these, hit me up on Instagram and I'll like give you some details on how I converted the pattern. The heating turned on in the apartment and I'm hoping it's not super loud, but I'm just gonna power through. That could be a mistake, but it is what it is. Okay, so the next one that I'm doing are my strawberry socks. These are also an S tier. These were like my first like fully self-drafted colorwork sock pattern. I actually not typed out. I like, what's the word? I like made the color chart for this, and it's available in the description of my first podcast if you wanted to do one. I think they're so cute. Like the strawberries turned out super cute, and like the checkerboard is fun, and I like the colors I chose on this one. And then to follow this one up, I did a banana sock. And these are also going into Literally Perfect except because I've also lost this one somehow. I haven't seen this banana sock in like weeks, longer than that, months. And once again, I'm like hoping I left it at the cottage, maybe. That's the last time I saw it, but I'm like pretty gutted about that because this was like, yeah, the pair to my strawberry sock. I talk about them more, I think, also in my first podcast. But the main pink and main yellow color of both these are from La Babineuse, and then the rest are just, once again, like random scraps that, yeah, I've purchased or found, blah, 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 blah. But, yeah, once again, gutted that I've lost this. Like, I guess I've always lost socks, but now that I am knitting my own socks, it's way more heartbreaking to lose a sock because it's something that I knit and took a lot of like time and money. So, yeah, there's that. Upsetting. Okay, the next one. Ooh, these are S tier. Easy. Hollingbourne by, actually by Stone Knits, Charlotte, from the 52 Weeks of Socks book. So this summer I got the 52 Weeks of Socks book, and I was like, I'm gonna knit something from this. And the first pattern I picked, I knit the whole socks, and then when I go to like post on Instagram, I was like, oh, I should look up who actually wrote this exact pattern, and it was Charlotte from Stone Knits. Of course, I chose her sock out of all the socks. I guess hers was the only colorwork one, and I was in the mood to do a colorwork sock. But I managed to just squeak this pair out of, you know, one skein of the blue and one skein of the white by reversing the background and the pattern color. And I got, yeah, a full pair out of that. I had like a meter or two left of the blue at the end. And these ones were also for my boyfriend, and this one started the trend of like us posing the 52 Weeks of Socks book, like socks I've knit from 52 Weeks of Socks. Like we recreated the photo from the book, so like this is the same pose, and like I draped a blanket around Eric's legs to make them kind of look like the pants that were in the photo. And now every time I knit a 52 Weeks of Socks pattern, we do like a little photo recreation, which is pretty fun. And they're getting more elaborate now that I'm in my like Pixar Photoshop era, so now I like Photoshop the actual socks into the photo. You'll see soon, but yeah, I'm quite enjoying that. It's fun. Okay, next, I guess should some of these have been in laundry day? I guess not. Okay, this one goes in laundry. This one honestly sadly goes into Dead to Me. And like, this is no hate, I think, to the pattern, really. These are the Granny's Attic socks by James and Watts, and I actually test knit these, which was really exciting. It was my first test knit, and I only knit the one because it's a boring sock to knit. Like, you have to knit a completely plain sock, and then you add these cute ruffles on. And like, I like the final outcome, but this isn't a sock I can mix and match with other socks because these huge ruffles on it. So it feels weird to have one of these on and another sock. Plus, I can't wear them with boots because the ruffles come too far down the leg, and it's winter time now, so I can't wear it. And then, yeah, it's just super boring to knit a plain sock for me. And then ruffles are also super boring to knit. So I'm actually considering unraveling this one for the yarn, because I like I never wear it. I haven't worn it once because I only have one sock and I don't want to knit a second one. So that one's going in Dead to Me. They are cute socks. Actually, I think they'd make a cute gift for someone that loves ruffles. But, oof, yeah, I don't like it. It's getting unraveled. I think I should just do that. I even like sewed it on the ends though. Ugh, so annoying. But yeah, I don't wear it. It should go. Sad. Okay, the next socks that I did are these intersection socks from 52 Weeks of Socks by Marceline Smith. S tier. Easy. These I knit and drop snored. These are a gift for my dad for Christmas. They were just like a really beautiful sock. I think they look good. I have like nothing much to say. I recommend this one. And then as a follow-up, I did Stone by Tatiana Kulikova, also from 52 Weeks of Socks, also with drop snored. You tell I made an order during the Drops Alpaca sale. These all put in literally perfect, except like they weren't fun to knit. And they knit up super, super ugly until you block them. Like you have to block them or else they're like wrinkled and hideous. And so it made it like a really depressing knit because the whole time I was knitting it, I was like, these look bad. This sock looks bad. And I had like started and frogged this pattern multiple times and just thought that they looked so ugly. But I finally like I actually went and I creeped a bunch of projects on Ravelry, and a lot of people said that they actually block nicer, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna push through. So I pushed through and they turned out really well. These are another pair for my boyfriend. But yeah, that whole not looking good until they're done thing was just kind of depressing and I didn't like it. And then, okay, the last pair of socks I have here are my Lotte socks by Emily Joy Rickard, also from 52 Weeks of Socks, also knit and drop snored, also an S tier. They're just like a great sock pattern, super cute lace detail along the side, like nothing to complain about. From me, yeah, like a solid 10 out of 10. Okay, now that I'm looking at this, I feel like I might have overloaded the S, but these are my socks and I like them. Okay, I'm gonna actually move these ones down because there's plenty in the S tier and like they are kind of too short. So the Petty Harbour ones will go into literally perfect, except they're too short. But other than that, pretty good. I guess I didn't have any like shitty laundry day socks. Honestly, if I'd taken like a second photo of my pair of the Hermione's Everyday socks, like the first pair of socks I knit, I'd probably put those in laundry day. Like these could go either way. Like Eric really likes his pair, but like I don't really like my pair that much. They're probably like the last ones that I reach for when it's laundry day. So yeah, that was kind of fun. Cute little tier list. Thank you, Emma, for the idea. Socks, maybe I'll make this a tradition. Like I'm still loving making socks, so I'm planning on knitting a bunch more in this coming year in 2023. So I don't know if I'll be making videos or if anyone will be watching them in a year, but if I am, and if you are, maybe you'll see me then. Check out my other videos, like and comment and subscribe and find me on Instagram. Do all the actions that I'm calling you to do, and hopefully you'll see me soon. Bye.